flirting.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the lie?
Anyway, we're actually.
We're live!
Welcome everybody to the first round. Happy fall!
It's fall.
Break out your flannel and your sweaters.
Y'all, I got pumpkin spice tea.
There you go.
It's time.
It's time. I just promised this. I'm sorry, Mike. This is gonna be really hard to listen to. It's really good audio, guys.
I'm gonna do the
Okay, bye.
Welcome to the first draft, the show where we make it up as we go along. We're still doing that. 5-6 episodes in. But welcome for everybody who's out there watching. Herman is back. Thank you for joining us again. Just a couple announcements real quick to get out of the way. First, our producer Will is back.
Yay!
We missed him last week. He was sorely missed. If you couldn't tell, we needed him sorely. But we have him back now, and we also have some brand new mics. So we're still working through the setup, but the audio quality hopefully should be much better for you now. And if it's not, yell at me. But yeah, other than that, I think that's about it for announcements. And then just a couple quick shout outs real quick, because I always forget. Platy, thank you again for doing all the music for us. You are amazing. And thank you to Second Winds one more time for letting us stream on your platform and in your physical space. So, with that out of the way, let's get back into it. So, last session, we had a little bit of an interesting time. So, you had been in lukewarm pursuit for the past few sessions. You've been in lukewarm pursuit over the three mysterious characters that you had encountered in Denneberg that you came to find out were called Folded. You had been pursuing them because you had assumed that they had some relation to Rand's strange dreams as of late, and the strange, these nightmares, singular nightmare that had plagued you, but had really kind of affected you in a significant way. So you took a shortcut through some woods, had a little side excursion on a time-traveling airship. Watch the VODs, youtube.com/secondwinds. Wink. And you resumed pursuit after taking a quick rest with a friendly traveling group that you encountered near the road. So you returned to the Lunar Highway. You hunted down these three Folded and engaged them in combat outside of the Lunar Highway, just a few hundred feet away. You tried to get the drop on them. You tried rushing them, but they seemed to know that you were coming. They seemed to somehow know that you were on your way. And when you attempted to fight, they responded in kind and battle commenced. And after a long, hard fight and some really interesting creative use of horse and rope, with Tradj tying up one of the enemies and Saoirse
Incredible.
rolling
Absolutely.
a natural 20 to trample those enemies underfoot while playing her bagpipes.
Yes. Flames were shooting out.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
sure if
we
that
did
was
establish
described
that.
properly, but,
It was the coolest thing you could think of.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You defeated the Folded. You took down two of them. One of them died during the trampling. One of them survived, and then you had the one remaining that was tied up, that was still alive. As you were trying to decide what to do, and as Rand, you started to try to interrogate the tied up one, he gave you some very loose, kind of hostile answers to your questions, telling you that Tashara was coming for you, that he was always watching you, that he could, was monitoring your dreams, essentially. And having said that, you watched as man who was talking to you, who was possessed by whatever this thing was, had his consciousness and his mind destroyed by whatever was possessing him as he fell dead in front of you, leaving you with one remaining folded suspect who is unconscious, who Rhea, in your kind of blind rage fueled by who knows what at this point, that's a secret. You almost could not stop yourself from exacting justice on this unconscious man, and only through the combined behest of your party resisted the urge to end his life. And so instead, you all stabilized him, and we were in the process of deciding what to do. And that's where we pick up tonight. So you have one unconscious but stable man on the ground.
And we tied him up.
This one is not tied up. He is just on the ground, trampled. You had the other one that was tied up. I don't remember. Did you? Well, maybe. Did you tie him up at the end?
I'm gonna tie him up now.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll let you do
Time up.
that.
Maybe we should untie the other guy from the horse.
Yeah, save the rope. Yeah.
Yeah,
Use
save the
that
rope. And that just feels a little
Hey,
disrespectful.
Hey, hey.
Yeah.
Let's kind of set the tone a little bit. I don't know how that's going to affect our shot, but
Spoopy.
yeah.
It's nighttime.
Am I washed out?
Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
very
God.
yeah.
What?
Oh, you're a
All right.
ghost.
Oh wow.
I did
you
a
are
bad
good.
thing, everybody.
Just did it bad.
Yeah, if you just want to raise the
Anyway.
key lights up a little bit, I think that'll help.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Hey, Rhea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we are going to talk about this. Okay?
Yeah, I think everyone here has a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I
Rita's,
think-
like trying to be very inconspicuous right now and tying
Yeah.
up this guy.
We see you. We see you, Red. We see you. Yeah, look, we all need to like figure out why we're together, I guess. What we want to do, what we're trying to do. Yeah, we all have our problems and our things to talk about. And like, if we're really truly in this for the long run, which I want to be, I like you guys a lot. But if that's not the case, then I don't know if I'm necessarily willing to like share everything, talk about everything.
Right, but you understand that when we are trying to beg you not to kill a man, and you seem very hell-bent on killing a man.
He stabbed a 13-year-old
Yeah, well,
multiple times.
this 13-year-old has killed
child.
several people.
I understand that, but he didn't know that.
He didn't. But
And
also,
he-
that man was possessed by a power we don't know about.
What are you possessed by?
Oh. That's
Oh,
rather
gosh.
pointed. I think it's
The
something that she
past.
probably...
you can't just
Aren't
ask
we
somebody what they're
all?
possessed by.
You can't just ask somebody what they're possessed by. She doesn't even go here. But I'm rather certain he wasn't really in control of himself either. We were all sort of in the wrong here, you know?
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Yeah.
It just was scary. And I didn't feel heard.
I apologize.
I don't think any of us felt heard when we were trying to ask you not to do something and then you continued to do it anyway.
That's fair. That's fair.
You might have been in a state where that was more difficult, but I hope in the future you can take our feelings into account.
I will do my best. I will
Thank
not make
you.
any promises because
Okay.
that is not, I don't know the future, so I will just promise to do my best.
Okay.
But it was
Thank
pretty. It was pretty cool.
No, it was.
Thanks.
it was
I was
incredible.
confused
What
and
was-
scared, but definitely cool.
What was cool? I mean, what?
I guess
I've never seen a forest. You were glowing and like eyes
What?
were all black and like
Yeah, you
right?
got some like
Black eyes
veins
make
going
sense.
on.
That makes a little bit of sense. I think maybe. I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes when I don't know, like I see like great injustice or like certain things that get to me, I feel almost like outside of my body almost. I don't know.
It was a lot of power, which was cool, but not a lot of control, which was scary. Do you understand?
That is
Yes,
pretty
that's
scary.
that's
That is pretty
that's how
scary.
we're feeling. Or it's
Okay.
how I'm feeling. How are you guys feeling?
I think that's accurate.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Cool. So
Well,
anyway, as
well,
long as you're
shoot.
willing to work on it.
I'm sorry. You know,
yeah.
I've been this for so long. You know, it's the normal for me sometimes, and I just forget that maybe that's not necessarily true for other people. And I am sorry.
I mean, this girl talks to fire. You
Yeah,
know?
what's about the? We have
We all
so
got
much
weird
to
stuff.
talk about. Yeah.
There's so much to unpack.
Yeah, you look
Yeah.
you look at Rand, who is finishing like tying the rope around the legs and arms of the unconscious man at your feet.
Yeah. Rand.
Yeah.
If we're going around and sharing our feelings,
Oh, I love
and
this. Let's
using
go.
I statements, I felt a little hurt that you just kind of ran and ignored us.
That's a good point.
That scared me almost even more.
This is This is the
It's
one
okay
unconscious
to
guy goes.
feel things.
I'm just imagining like Paul is just a little therapist. Oh jeez. Rand is like very visibly uncomfortable and just like I said you guys could just meet me at the city.
But we were worried about you. There was 3 of them.
Knowing
And you know how hard that was? That was a really hard. I got hurt.
I know.
I've never gotten hurt.
I dropped a piano on one of them and he didn't die.
I don't think it's a piano.
Yeah, okay,
think if-
so...
I think if we didn't have forces, that would have been a lot harder.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I'm not all of your responsibility, and that's okay. I knew what I was getting into. Sort of.
What
Maybe
are
not.
you trying to get into?
What do you want to know?
Like, how can you talk to fire? I kind of want to start
Yeah,
with
that'd be
that one.
cool.
That's
How
kind
do
of.
you
I've
do
been
that?
wondering the
Yeah.
entire time.
Is it something you learn? Can I learn how to do that?
I don't think so.
Oh.
My dad, he was a bit of a butthole, but
Oh.
he was a fire genasi, so he had control over the fire element. And my mom was a Kashtalar, and she can talk to people's minds like I can do with you guys, but I guess
Hate it.
somewhere in the long run it kind of got muddled, and when they had me I can also talk to fire more than just control it. But I don't like controlling fire without asking it first. My dad did that all the time and I hated it.
Oh.
I get that. Kind of like how my mom's, her fur on her bottom is like a lighter brown, but my dad's fur on his bottom is a darker brown. And so my fur came out kind of like in between them.
Yeah.
I get it.
Just like that.
Yeah, that
Good
makes
job,
sense.
Bryce. Yeah.
Okay.
You hear at your feet just a slow like, a grunt and just a slow groan as
My head
this guy kind of
snaps at the
stirs.
sight.
My head
And I'm
also
gonna, like,
snaps.
I want to-
jump on top of him. Be like, what do you know?
So I noticed last time that you mentioned the blue light leaving his eyes.
Mhm.
Do I notice anything entering his eyes as he regains consciousness?
You watch as his eyes flutter once, twice, and kind of open. Very red, but brown irises, black pupils.
So he's not possessed anymore, it would seem.
If that was the indicator, it doesn't look like he is.
Who are you and what are you doing here?
He's just, it's okay.
Where?
Please excuse
Is
our
his
friend.
face fully uncovered? Like,
What's your name?
Yeah. So as you look at him, you see that the writing and the shapes that were kind of drawn on his skin, what looked like tattoos, are starting to kind of rub off a little bit and smear. Almost looks almost like charcoal or something like that was used. And he kind of looks up at all of you wide-eyed and just says, "Excuse me."
Good morning. Hi. I think you've just been in a bit of a stumble. We kind of helped you get back to consciousness, as it were. Well, previously you were attacking us.
You were
You
trying
may
to
not
kill
remember.
us.
yeah.
You
What?
stabbed him,
What?
Was this the guy that hurt me? Just wondering.
wasn't it?
Yeah, this was, if you recall, this was the Baned Boy from last month.
Yes, Bane Boy.
Yeah.
Did
Bane Boy
I
did
don't
not
think
stab
Bane
you. It was
Boy-
the
yeah,
other one.
Bane
This one
Boy
did not
didn't
stab
stab
you.
me. Your friend hurt me.
My friend, Jeez. What happened? Why?
Do you know those men? And I'm pointing to the dead ones.
Oh! What happened here?
Who are they?
Why are there dead bodies here?
What
Why
is-
am I covered in...
What's the last thing that you remember?
I was... Oh, jeez. I was going to sleep. I had just brewed a new test mixture, and then I went to go to bed, and then I'm here. Where am I?
Did you have any strange dreams previously? Anything seem
I mean,
out of the normal?
generally my dreams are pretty rotten to begin with. It's, I and he kind of coughs and clutches at his side, where you can see the torn clothing and the blood kind of seeping through.
I'm just gonna spare the dying,
Okay.
but I'm gonna pretend like it's a actual spell.
He's like, every little bit helps. Thank you. I mean, this isn't the first time that I've woken up like this. I've taken to sleepwalking recently, but this is the first time I've woken up in somebody else's clothes and bloodied on the ground in the wilderness, I must say.
So the cloaks aren't yours?
The cloaks, what cloaks?
They're free game.
Okay. I want to kind of take a cloth and like rub some of the markings off his face and be like, "Oh, you've gotten so much stuff on your face there. Let me just clean you up."
Oh, he doesn't reach up to touch it because his arms are still bound.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't suppose we could untie him now, could we? I mean, he seems rather...
I mean,
why am I tied up? You said I...
Can I roll an insight on this guy, by the way, and what he
Yeah,
was
go for it.
saying? Okay.
So none of the cloaks are not worn.
Well, they had taken their cloaks off, and then Saoirse had picked all three of them up previously.
Yeah, sorry. If you get cold, just take your pick of one of these. So...
Can I grab one really quickly?
Wait. I want to cast Detect Magic on them.
Okay. Yeah,
on
go
the
for it.
whole area. Please.
Okay.
Okay.
7.
7. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely
Thank
done.
you. Thank you.
You're staring intently at him as he's talking, and you can't really detect any sense of trickery or malice in his words.
This guy is perfectly innocent.
I mean, I rather suspected, you know?
Could I
mean,
roll also
Yeah.
with insight? Because I don't think Bryce is comfy.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what could happen. These people hurt me.
I almost.
I know.
Uh,
They were
20,
attacking
dirty
us.
20.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, same thing to you. You
Okay.
can't detect any. He looks horrified,
Mhm.
confused, and terrified, just in general, of the situation that he's in. You see, just there's sweat kind of starting to like pool, at his cheeks and like on his forehead, and
I'm
like his
still
voice is starting
helping
to
clean his
waver a
face
little
off.
bit. He looks genuinely scared.
Okay.
I'm gonna untie him.
Yeah.
I guess give him some water.
What's your name?
I'm sorry. My name is Kaladar.
Kaladar?
Kaladar.
Could you spell that for me?
A K
Uh-huh.
followed by an A,
Uh-huh.
followed by an L,
Uh-huh.
A,
Uh-huh.
a D as in doggy.
Oh, we love dogs here.
We do.
Love dogs.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good to be.
Aren't they wonderful?
Yes. An A and then an R.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
You can never be sure. You know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of spellings over the years.
My name's Saoirse.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah, see, that's why,
Uh,
if you ask the easy ones, then it feels less weird if
Right. I mean-
for people to ask me.
Yeah, you can call me Cal if you want to.
Cal, okay.
I prefer Kaladar, but
Okay, well,
generally
I'll call you
Cal is easier
Kaladar
for
then.
people. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. I live in Alavast. I don't
Okay.
know how far we are from there right now. But
We're on our
Yes.
way.
to Alavast.
Yeah,
Are we
Yeah,
near
yeah.
the
You can
road?
come. You can come with us.
So you
I'm
don't
Rhea,
know-
by the way.
You don't know the dead people at all?
Oh, jeez. No. What?
You've never seen them.
No.
I fear you may have been possessed by some sort of entity, force, cult, magic.
Did you meet anyone really weird recently? Maybe magic-y?
I mean, not outside of the ordinary. I mean, I consulted with. It's not important.
Well,
It is important.
It was a research-related matter, not tied to. I suppose ruling anything out at this point is. All right. I talked to it's a woman named Perennia in the Banner Bank.
Do you know how that is spelled?
I'm guessing perennial, but without the L.
Yes.
Yay!
You nailed it. So
Perennia.
that is Perennia.
That's Perennia in the Outer
Cool.
Bank? Or was that?
In the Banner Bank in Alavast.
Is that where you live?
Still couldn't
Yes, I
figure
do.
that. What?
The Banner Bank. Like a I'm hanging a banner. Happy
Got it.
birthday.
Oh, now I
Yeah.
okay.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, yes. Well, maybe I probably should have led with this because it might be relevant.
You said you were brewing a potion.
Yes. So I am an alchemist by trade, but a researcher by profession currently. My area of expertise generally lies kind of at the intersection of alchemy, the arcane, and dreams.
Do you know
Right?
how to shield your dreams?
Not yet.
Mm.
So my research pertains to the essence of dreams. Say you have a nightmare, and there's something particular about it, something that happens in it. My goal is to take that kernel of that dream, extract it, distill it, and be able to potentially, if it's a good dream, allow you to drink it, relive that dream whenever you want. Before you go to bed, drink a potion, dream a dream like the one that you have distilled. Or if it's a nightmare, potentially distilling an antidote for it. So if it's a recurring dream, a recurring nightmare, perhaps you could protect against it.
I think you screwed up, buddy.
Yes. Yes. So Perinia would like to have told me she's going to have one hell of a I told you so for me when I get back.
When did you start sleepwalking, and when did you start studying this?
Well, I don't know how long I've been out this time, but I started sleepwalking about 2 months ago when I started. I like to think I have a certain degree of systematic rigor, but science is slow, and I grow impatient. And so I needed a willing test subject, and I was the only one that I knew of. So about 2 months ago, I started trying to drink my own distillations, and the results have been mixed so far.
But that doesn't understand. If this is what made him possessed, that doesn't explain the other two, especially if he doesn't know them. There aren't more alchemists in whatever you're doing like you, right?
No, as far as I know, I'm the first. And the most successful, I guess, by rule.
Were you
I would
saying
not
that you
call it
did?
successful.
I wouldn't either, but, you know.
Were you saying that you did talk to someone weird recently
Well,
because of the
I
research?
mean, Perinia, but
Just her?
she's weird and not in a threatening way, just in a... She deals in the same field, but from a different angle. So where I am an alchemist, an educated researcher, a scholar, she approaches it from the other angle, the experiential side.
Oh.
Yes.
I need to talk to her.
That's fine. Why, may I
So
ask?
you can introduce us.
Probably after some explanation, yes.
Fantastic.
But mostly I would like to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
That's fair.
we're on our way to the city.
We can help each other out. We can get you to the city, and you can get us to Perinia.
Or
and I'll
we
keep
can
you
leave
awake.
you here, tied up.
Tradj.
I don't like that option.
This is Tradj. Don't listen to him.
Roll an
No.
intimidation check.
We could.
We could, but why would we?
Come on, you have to
Is
give a
that a
good.
one? Is it seven?
Somebody
I'm
can
It's
do
just
it.
we
A set.
plus.
Wait, can I get the help action because I did want to?
we just immediately undercut everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just
I'm
kind of like, I'm trying to be helpful here.
I'll
I-
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I was just messing with you, buddy.
And it's very funny.
Well, if we want to,
You wake a lot
well,
of people up from comas with threats.
we have 3 horses
You were the
now,
one
so
attacking
2 to a
us.
I
body.
don't remember that.
How do you know you had a coma?
I went to sleep and I woke up. God knows. He
Well-
reaches up and he touches some lengthy facial hair coming off of his chin. He's just like, "Oh no, it has been a while." hasn't
Oh.
it?"
And you haven't been just asleep. You've been attacking people.
I'm sorry.
I'm
for-
sure we'll figure it
I
out. He
don't-
seems very stressed at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's just all relax.
Rand's gonna take the rope,
He's okay now.
wrap it around her wrist, and then wrap it around one of his, and say, "You're coming with
Okay.
me.
All right.
You
I
don't
feel like
leave my
that's
side."
a bit overkill.
Mm.
I'm
Who's to say he won't go berserker again?
That's
We don't know.
that's fair.
That's what I've been thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm
At
Well-
least this way he's not getting away from me.
When you
That's
go
a
to
good point.
sleep, maybe we'll like tie your hands together.
Oh, we're not going to sleep. We're not going to sleep until we see Perinia.
I'm out of
I
spell
was
slots.
planning.
Yes, I really need some sleep.
Rand will stay watch because I am not going to sleep.
I was planning to go to my lab and to see if everything was still in order.
How far is your lab?
I mean, it's in the Banner Bank, so it's in
We need to get to the
Yeah,
city.
we need to get to the city.
it's in the
yeah.
University District. It's not far from Perennias. I can give you directions, but I
Yeah.
would really like to go check on my home.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Hey,
let's-
are we taking the horses with us, or?
Yes, obviously.
Okay.
I was trying
Yeah,
to say
horses.
we have 3 horses, 2 per back. You
He's
wanna hop
coming
up
with
on
me.
my chestnut?
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing. You and your, well, I suppose not your associates, but these gentlemen stole some horses, and we've been tasked with getting them back. Yeah.
Fantastic. I fell asleep when I woke up a fugitive.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
from the looks of it, you are not very recognizable.
That is fair.
Just
The
shave
ti-
your face.
What
It'll
you
be
were
fine.
wearing at the time doesn't really match up with how you look now. You look quite a bit more gentle,
I suppose so. I mean, I've still got like this.
and we're still working on
armor
getting
I've
those
never worn armor
smudges
before.
off of your
Yeah.
face.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure that did some to hide your identity.
How nice is that armor?
It's well-worn leather armor. It's not super nice, but
Okay, so no more of an armor class than the leather armor that I got.
no, it is leather armor.
Okay.
And you would have to get it refitted to fit your
What
size.
stature?
Your 13-year-old scrawny little cedar body.
13. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's get onto the horses and we can talk as we.
Well, I wanted to quickly check the pockets and stuff of the other 2 folded. Just quickly look through their persons, see if they had anything on them.
Roll an investigation check.
Bryce, do you have any gloves to do that with?
What are gloves?
They're like shoes, but for your hands. Hand shoes,
Here,
if you will.
That
I
sounds
have-
fun.
I have a single glove on my left hand. You can just use this. I just-
German has entered the chat.
I pull it off.
I thought your hand was that color.
No. You see, just some scales, and Rhea kind of hides the hand.
It's nothing to be ashamed of.
It's not about shame.
Okay.
25.
Okay. That's a very good roll to find very little because they do not have much of anything on them. It is very sparse. It seems almost intentionally all wearing the same thing, all belts fastened the same way, everything very uniform, other than the patterns on their skin and on the robes.
Is there anything that I notice about the patterns?
Rand is stealing the sword, by the way.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Do they have any finesse weapons or anything like that going on that I could?
One of them had a scimitar, which I don't think is a finesse weapon, but I'd have to look that up. You can
I
take it
also-
and find out
I
later.
just want to add.
I would like to take this scimitar
I can look it up in the meantime.
because also I almost wonder if my rakish audacity lets
It was
me
just a
sneak
finesse
attack.
sword.
It doesn't mention a finesse weapon with the
I
sneak
mean,
attack, so I
yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
if I still need it.
There are
So
so many
sneak
swords.
attack. You're asking for
The my it's called rakish audacity.
a scimitar is finesse, by the way.
It is?
Yeah.
Ooh, I definitely want to take
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm gonna take that. And do I notice I don't know really any correlation between their patterns?
If you recall the description from last week, they have the 3 different patterns on each of them.
There's the eyes. Well, they're swirlies, but they kind of look like eyes.
Mm.
And then there's branching ones that look like lightning almost. And then there's this one that's like grasping claws and hands,
And
kind
all
of tessellated together
all of
on
them
the
have them in the
cloaks.
same place. Oh, on the cloaks.
on the cloaks.
Oh, what about their tattoos? Or
Tattoos.
tattoos, as we learn.
Oh, it was a scimitar, so I guess you're gonna have to. They had the other 2 had glaives, which
Are you really gonna take
Long
both the
spears.
bracelet and the scimitar?
I thought it was
Are
a
you gonna
sword.
take
If it
both?
wasn't a sword, I don't want it.
It's a type of sword.
Coming for you.
Oh.
It's up the.
Yeah.
So each of them had one of those 3 patterns. Kaladar has the eye pattern.
Okay.
Or had it started to smear, and he's taken part of the cloak and tried to tear it a little bit so he could just kind of start to wipe some of it off
Mhm.
of his face. So he had that pattern, and the other 2 had the other 2 patterns.
All right.
But you have all 3 cloaks, which have the 3 patterns. And then somebody was rolling, I think, a detect magic at some point, right?
I don't have any
I was gonna
spell
say,
slots.
yeah.
That would
Nope.
been
We
good.
need to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping.
No,
You're not
sleep
getting
till.
spell slots.
That's fine. Rand doesn't want to have another dream.
Okay,
Alright.
so you're all getting on the horses now?
Let's go.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
I'm gonna put him in front of me.
I'm gonna have a moment. I don't know. I don't think Bryce is very comfortable getting on a hooved animal.
It's okay.
I've obviously I've seen horses. Horses have carried things I've been in, but for me to basically get on one and like be its rider, like
You can hop on my back if you want.
it feels like a lot of weight on top of them. Usually they're like pulling the things, you know, like and working together. This feels a bit,
But you're little.
but it's. Is this? Are they okay? Like,
They're just fine
Yeah.
how do you know?
because I talk to animals.
Did you
And
ask
also
them in this current moment if they're okay?
I'm out of spell slots, Bryce.
Well, sounds like a whole lot of no information for me.
Okay, so are you gonna walk, run
Are you
alongside?
hoofing
Maybe that'll add some meat.
I think I want to.
I'm sorry.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I
That
have to
was
walk
really good.
beside him. I don't know. This feels really weird, guys. Like, would y'all walk? Would y'all sit on me and make me walk you guys somewhere?
Yes.
Oh. Well,
Well, you're
This
too small.
armor's
If you were
heavy.
larger,
just because I have hooves?
This armor's
Not
heavy.
just
no.
Because of your hooves?
Okay. So the horses aren't carrying us because of their feet?
No. They
It's
like
because
to
they're big and
carry
strong.
things.
Do they really? Can I roll an insight check on that? If that they like to carry things?
Sure, yeah, roll an insight check.
I'm-
As you glance from Rand's face to the
Yes.
horse's face and back.
yes.
My horse loves me. I'd like to establish right here. We had a connection.
That's true, you did.
When you
Your horse is
killed
how long does
somebody.
heroism last? Sorry, I didn't.
It's concentration.
But how long? Because
Like an
concentration still
hour?
has a limit. So this horse is still like, you know, it's just kind of like
Posing.
prancing still a little bit, yeah.
Well, that was a
Posturing.
21.
A 21.
A 21. Does this
You
horse
look at
like-
Rand and you look at the horses, and
I would say, like, Rand is speaking honestly because she has talked to so many
Yeah.
animals over her life. Like, you know, Bryce, you know how it's really nice to feel useful sometimes when you
Yeah.
do something that helps somebody else?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how horses feel.
and then you look at the horse, and the horses, they look a little tired. They have been being, you know, ridden.
They're not
Road.
fresh.
Yes,
But they don't look
They've been going all day.
sad. They just look tired, like physically tired.
They're just tired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then can we at least let them sleep for a little bit? Because I will say they don't look upset, and that makes me happy and more comfortable. But they do look really tired.
But you know that there are stables in the city where there is food and water for them.
And I'm also tired. and, and also the horses are really tired.
so
Just get on the
if you get on the horse
kid.
and
No.
the sooner we can get to those stables, the sooner everyone can rest.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up then to one
But
of the.
not
To,
everyone.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the horse. I'm gonna gently pet its neck. I'm gonna say, if you need anything during the ride, just know that I could take over. And I don't know. I climb up and I am going to get on your back.
You're getting on Rio's back on the horse.
Yes.
Oh my god. This is incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, then imagine how the horse feels.
All right.
Fair enough.
So you set out on your 3 horses. Your horses, which are chestnut, the other colors.
Wasn't it a
don't
blue,
remember.
and
White
a
paint
White
and-
White
paint.
paint.
How do you not remember white paint?
Blue-gray.
Always
I
white
couldn't remember the
paint.
white paint. Yeah.
We
It's
were
the
on
only
the
one I
blue-gray.
remember.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. Who's on what? Which one?
I'm on the blue-gray with
Blue-gray?
him in front of me.
And you said chestnut.
Obviously.
Who's with you on the chestnut? Obviously, you two are then on the white paint.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tradj, are you on a horse or are you walking? What are you doing?
How
Mr.
fast am I
Raider.
compared to a horse since I have
Depends on how fast the horses are going here, but
I
you can
feel
move
like-
pretty quick.
Like a good little walk or a trot.
Okay. Yeah, you could keep pace on
Okay.
foot. if you
Yeah, I'll
wanted.
just stay on foot then.
Cool.
You don't want to push them too hard. They've been through a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess we all have.
So you set back out through the kind of lightly forested area that you were in, back to the Lunar Highway, and you get back on the road, and you continue down the Lunar Highway. The sun at this point it was starting to set when you started fighting these guys. It is almost below the horizon at this point, and it's starting to kind of cast this beautiful sunset across the lightly clouded sky. Some pastel colors, some light purples and pinks are starting to kind of paint the undersides of the clouds.
Looks like my hair.
Does. Yeah.
So you go for a little bit, about half an hour, and as you go along, you start to notice the road at first was mostly dirt, loose rock, gravel, but the further you go along, it starts to become paved, and it is paved with larger stones, not like kind of small cobblestone, but larger inlaid stone.
Paving stones.
One might call them that. Shut up.
Oh man, you're bullying me.
I'm the dungeon master.
They're big rocks that you use to pave things with,
Yeah,
okay?
it could be anything.
Yeah, they could be anything. Don't limit them.
But as you go along on top of these paving stones, you see instead of just kind of a flat gray or like kind of a sandstone color or anything like that, they look like they're painted. Different colors, and not in any particular order either. They all seem to no single stone is the same color as its neighbor, and it's hard to pick out any specific pattern in them. You keep going for a little while, and behind or in front of you, Kaladar says, "So, how many of you have actually been to Alavast before?"
Never.
Nope.
No,
Yeah, no, I've never.
I've been many times.
You've been, so what he's about to say kind of you've heard before, but he looks down at the ground and he says, so for those of you who have not been here, this is what you're walking on right now is known as the Radiant Mile. This is, I guess I know where I am now. We're about literally a mile outside of Alavast.
Oh, finally.
Pretty close.
So, this, you might see some interesting stuff happen. I can point things out as we go along. Up ahead, and he points up in the distance ahead.
To a guide.
I could be doing this.
But up ahead, you see an old, like ancient kind of stone archway, very, very large. It spans the entire width of the Lunar Highway, and it stretches all the way up. And Kaladar points out and he says, "That over there, that is the old frame. That is, as far as we know, the last remaining piece of architecture from the old Vastran era, back some 2,000 years ago,
Yeah, sure.
before Vastra was destroyed or disappeared. Do you know any of the history about?"
What do you mean it
Alavast.
disappeared?
So, modern Alavast sits on a basin, or at the lip of a basin.
Mm-hmm.
But that basin wasn't always a body of water. It used to be land. It used to be a city in its own right. Some 2,000 years ago, the old kingdom of Vastra used to sit on that spot, or the capital of it. And the city of Astra was large. It dwarfed even modern-day Alavast. But it was fraught with peril, with war, with sadness and poverty. A dying kingdom, and it was fighting off invasion from all sides, from the neighboring country, Mira. And the Mirans surrounding the city in their great sky ships, their sky cities, really, if ancient reports are to be believed, seemed to have the city at a standstill when all of a sudden it was gone. The whole thing. The sky ships, the city, everything. At the time, the city was ruled by the Great Moon King, and at this point, you're kind of up to the arch, and he points to a figure dulled with age, but you can still make out the form of a imposing armor-clad being wearing this ornate helm, and it has this decorative crescent moon shape kind of coming off of the back, almost like a mane, but inverted, right, to look like a moon. So on the back of his helmet, and he says, "The Moon King ruled over Alavast," and he points to the top of the arch, and looking up, you can see the arch. The front of the arch is carved in the shape of a giant bird, and its wings stretch from the center of the arch all the way down to the supporting pillars on the side. And he points up and he says, "The Moon King did not rule alone. He ruled alongside his companion, Malaka, the Great Rock. She was large as a sky ship herself, and the Moon King led her into battle against the Mirans before the city disappeared. But him too and Malaka disappeared on that day."
What do you mean she was a rock?
A rock, R-O-C, a great bird.
Oh.
Thank you
Yes.
for asking the question. I was
That's
so
okay.
confused.
I was
Think, what's the largest bird you've ever seen?
maybe a hawk.
A hawk. Imagine you had a hawk the size of 3 city blocks.
What's a city?
Oh, no.
Imagine that it's really big, and then make it bigger.
So you see the size
like
of these
a
horses
horse.
here.
Yeah.
Think, line 24 of these horses up, nose to tail. That's as far as one of Malaka's wings.
Where
is said
is
to have
she?
stretched. Nobody knows.
You literally just said that
She disappeared alongside the city.
And how long ago did that happen?
2,000 years ago by our best count. It's hard to gauge because all of the sum total knowledge of Vastra went with it. We are still kind of piecing together to this day much of that history.
Was she magical?
Oh, by all means, certainly. Absolutely. The only thing we have left behind is this old frame that reminds us of maybe what the architecture of the old city used to be. And one more thing. So if you've never been to Alavast, you may not see it when we come in tonight, but Malaka left one thing behind. She left an egg. And it has survived to this day, but it has not hatched. Not yet. But nobody
Well-
knows when it will.
Is there anything sitting on it?
Are you keeping it warm?
The hopes and dreams of all Alavast.
That
Literally,
doesn't
that's
have to
not
do
how
with
eggs
it.
work.
All the times birds
It's
being
probably
raised on the
rotted
ships
by
of
now.
Wild shows.
It is cared for. There are caretakers of the egg.
But
Okay, but is
warm?
someone sitting on it?
No, nobody's sitting on it. It's a giant egg.
How big?
Is anyone even touching it?
People touch it, yes.
Okay.
People care for it. There is a group, highly prestigious, that takes care of the egg.
What group is that?
I don't have a name.
What?
It's too important to improv.
She wasn't like a dragon. Like she wasn't like a firebird, right?
No, but she could go head to head. If the legends are to be believed, she could go head to head with the dragon.
Anything that can take down an airship is my hero.
This one does not like airships.
Or
That's
forests. Or
Did we ever
forests.
figure? Why would you? Did we ever figure out how long ago Lieutenant Storm was?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
based on
100 and-
based on the diary entries that you looked at, about 100 years ago.
So not from this ancient city.
No.
So
This
there are
is
still
relatively
airships
So they were still
There are still airships, yes,
in this
in
okay,
modern
this-
day,
Got it.
but not of the same extent that there were in ancient Mira. They specialized in that kind of magic and that technology. All examples of which were lost in the destruction.
Tradj, why were you here before?
I've worked here.
Well, doing what?
My job, scouting, helping people travel. I think that's all I want to share for now.
Oh,
Clear boundaries.
that was.
You like it.
It's wise.
This is healthy.
Well, he
And I
also
thought we
hasn't-
just had a
okay.
conversation about talking to each other.
Yes. And establishing boundaries is definitely very important. And having clear and communicated boundaries and lines and really, communicating what we want and what we need from other people.
Interesting.
Thank you, Rhea.
I got you.
See, usually, I just did that by
It
myself.
sounded like it hurt. Your knuckles like crack against each other like that. It wasn't like one of these. It was like one of these.
I feel like I'm still in a coma. A little
Yeah.
bit. But before we move on, watch. And he points down to the road as you pass through the old frame, and you see the stones, the painted stones that were previously scattered and ununified. As it passes through the old frame, they straighten out immediately into bands of color.
Beautiful.
So an entire rainbow stretches through, and then on each side you have a white, a black, and then there's a brown as well. But it just one single line stretches out along as it goes through.
Lovely.
Who made this?
I believe it was commissioned by the Emperor, probably, when he formed the Lustrous Brigade.
Who is this emperor we keep hearing about?
He's the Emperor.
What does that mean?
He's the big cheese.
What?
The one in charge. He's
She's
know.
not very.
Sure. Do I need to start with the basis of society
like,
and go up? Or...
Yes.
Remember how there was like that leader of the brass circlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, but a city.
Well, not just a city of an
Not just a
empire.
city.
Multiple cities.
What?
You're from Alavast, always so cold. I'm
So
sorry.
this one was a shut-in.
I put two and two together.
I'm from the Feywilds.
Oh,
So
interesting.
literally, you've been talking about a lot of things, and it sounds interesting, but I have no context.
That's totally fine. If I leave any gaps, do let me know.
Okay. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know, huh?
Well, I suppose you don't know what you don't know.
Does
There are
anyone
known
care
knowns
about-
and there are unknown knowns, and then there are unknown unknowns.
I
I
think
don't
I've
like
heard
what
that
you're
before.
saying. That's too much.
That's fine. That's fine.
Can this emperor, do they care about anyone?
I don't know him personally.
Oh, it's a he.
As far as I know, yes. That's how everyone
Disappointing.
addresses him.
Why don't you know if it's so important?
I don't know him personally. No, few people do. I suppose he doesn't show his face or make public appearances often.
Well, why not? You said he's supposed to rule over this thing.
He passes things down through intermediaries. He has his liaisons. He has the Lustrous Brigade. He
Sounds
has.
lazy.
I would be careful who you say that around.
Why?
People have strong opinions that may differ from you.
Hmm.
And in a city that is ruled by somebody, typically, typically you don't want to badmouth the person that pulls the strings.
How often do you see the lustrous brigade?
It is tough to get that R right, you know?
Ironic.
I have done that multiple times.
For grade.
Begrade.
Begrading.
How often do I see them?
Yeah.
Well, they have their bases in Alavast primarily, but
Where in Alavast?
near the area, the palace where the emperor resides.
Is that where the
Outside
egg is?
and near the gardens. Yes, it's atop the area.
Oh.
Yes, you'll see it come tomorrow morning. It's visible.
So, if I were to stand next to the egg, how big is the egg? How many of me is an egg?
Interesting. Are we talking volume, diameter?
Height.
Diameter it is. I don't. Jeez. I'd say maybe in the neighborhood of 10 of you.
10 of me?
5 to 10.
Oh, that's a very different. That's not.
It's a big egg. I told you Malacca was very large.
That's fair.
You cannot eat the egg. I'm sorry.
I don't want to eat the egg. I want to talk to it.
Oh, now that would be an interesting conversation. I wonder if anyone's ever done that.
I mean, certainly, right?
I'm
No, I
sure
don't
I'm not
mean
the first
like
person.
I mean, mothers sing to their children. In the
I'm
womb.
sure, yeah, they probably, the caretakers probably, comforted, talked to it,
Yeah.
assured it that everything's going fine. There are no problems in the world. There are lots of problems in the world. I mean, look at me right now. Are you kidding me?
Yes, you have become
Speaking
a
of-
problem.
Oh, no.
Come on. No,
So-
we
I thought
didn't
we were
mean
getting
it.
along.
Okay,
well.
it's
You're trying to
doing your
murder
best.
us.
He didn't.
he
The thing
drank
possessing
a
him did.
potion, and it was stupid.
Okay, so the relationship of cause and effect
Mm.
can be very blurry for people. Two things happen at once and you think, oh, thing one caused thing two. It's like when you get the hiccups and the last thing you do to cure your hiccups obviously cured your hiccups. Like the last thing you did before your hiccups stopped
Is
is
there-
what cured your hiccups.
I was about to use the word correlation, but then I stopped myself.
Oh, that's a good one too, yeah.
Yeah, but I
Correlation
have to
and
think
causation.
the audience of...
Are we
Anyway,
almost
Is there a
there
map
yet?
of Alavast?
there sure is. Probably somewhere.
Do you know where we could find one?
I
Do you
imagine
have
they
one?
might be handing them out at some stand or stall or another
I thought there
during
would
the
be like a
festival.
mall.
There's a mascot.
Like in the
Welcome to Alavast. You are here.
There's a mascot like dressed up by like some sweaty teenager having to
Spinning the
hand
sign.
out. Oh my god! Where is Alavast? I can't tell. The sign keeps spinning.
But I mean, come to talk about it, where are you going in Alavast?
Well, we are going to see Perinia.
Well, we need to
but
meet with
prior
the halfling
to
first.
yes,
Yeah.
almost killing me. Where were you going to go?
Well, yeah. Food.
Food.
Our
okay.
main goal in Alavast at the moment was to take these horses.
That's a good point.
We have the horses now. That's great.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
wonderful.
Eventually, we will return them to the stables.
Yeah.
We need to meet with our halfling friend and make sure that he's okay.
That's true.
We were going to meet him at the city gates.
Mhm.
Okay.
Where are the city gates?
They're-
Literally walking through them right now.
Oh.
Yeah. After you've been talking for a little bit, you've passed through the old frame, and you see now, kind of in front of you, a large wall stretching, side to side, and then there is kind of an extended portion of that wall coming towards you.
So we want to be on the lookout for our friend.
Sure. And then as you are kind of walking, you see next to you, to your left-hand side, the large Huon River also flows beside you. And this extended wall portion, there is kind of a metallic trellised gate that allows the Huon to flow through the wall and into the city. And then there's also a secondary gate that the Winter Highway goes straight towards as well. And at this time of day, there's not a whole lot of people coming in and out, but you do see, there in the distance there are some guards posted nearby. You look at the top of the walls, there are guards, there are towers with guards posted in them. There are a lot of people on the wall, but there's not a whole lot of travelers at this time of day kind of coming and going.
Are we coming in through the Broad Bank or Banner Bank?
Well, there's only the one entrance here, but once you get inside the outer wall, there is a split path. One leads to the Broad Street, which leads you to the Broad Bank. The other, the Banner Road, which takes you to the Banner Bank.
Okay,
So,
cool.
where are you headed in particular?
Well,
give
we're
you some
looking out
direction.
for our halfling friend. DM, do we see him anywhere?
You see, yes, you see, next to one of the guards, just a nervous-looking halfling, kind of looking around, wringing his hands, and like the cart next to him, and just kind of like, and then he like,
Hi, Jethro. So sorry we took so long. We were
It was not a
Caught up.
shortcut.
no.
We found the
It was a
way.
long cut.
You lied to us, and I pointedly look at everyone and say, "I knew he would."
I didn't do the lying.
Oh yeah, it was
he
the
was
guy
the,
on
it
the
was
side
the
of the
it was the
road.
guy on the side.
I
of the
just
road.
told you I wasn't gonna die. I held up my side of the bargain.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
So
I didn't even get
happy.
robbed.
I
Good
was
job.
very-
You didn't get robbed?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
what
gross.
took you so long? Where did
We
you Who's
have
this?
horses.
We made a new friend.
Oh, okay. He looks okay. Yeah.
We
So
yeah.
He tried to kill us.
oh.
Well,
Why?
he didn't try
yeah,
to kill
he
us.
was possessed.
No, I didn't. That was not me.
It was.
That was not
okay.
you.
It-
You were
No,
you
no,
were
no, no.
You were.
I was
puppet.
asleep.
You were the conduit through which
Exactly.
a
Sure.
Violence
You were a little
tried
sock
to kill
occurred.
us.
I don't understand.
A sock puppet? You
Mhm.
know, as
Explain
a kid,
it.
when you use a sock to like be a mouth and like.
You know what a sock
So you know
puppet
sock
is?
puppets.
Well, yeah, socks are fun when you're a kid. You know.
Okay, all right.
What
I'm
you
so
didn't play with
sad.
your socks as a kid? What?
Oh no.
Is
You
there
guys
something
are
else that goes
weird.
on your feet?
What do you mean?
I mean, I just knew about shoes. What's going on?
Oh yeah, socks. They're another layer that's really really soft between your shoe and your foot.
Do I need that?
yes.
Yes.
Why has no one told me about socks yet? I'm just wearing these shoes. Everyone's been seeing me with the shoes, not the socks.
I mean, some socks you can't see under your shoes. Some people wear socks and you don't even know, or maybe they don't wear socks and we don't even know.
But I need socks.
Sometimes people
Okay.
wear like
It seems
really
like,
tall
I mean,
we
Saul
will
socks.
said
find
yes.
you socks in Alavast.
You should know for yourself. Are you comfortable?
I mean, I didn't even know shoes were a thing I could have. I don't even know what socks are. Who even knows what comfort really is until you know? And
Also, you have to be careful. Some establishments have rules about that kind of thing.
what rules?
No shoes, no shit.
Yes, no service. Some it's the opposite, but
Oh wow.
Yeah, apparently. you can only food
Is
and
that
stuff.
socks only?
Wait, so
never
I
mind.
shouldn't have socks?
No, you. Well, I don't know. We'll find you some socks, Bryce.
Okay.
there are
Okay,
plenty of clothing
missions.
stores. You should have no problem finding.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
unless something has changed in the last 4 months, I don't know.
Is
much
that how long it takes for you to grow a beard?
I'm a half elf. I mean, I do my best.
Oh.
Do I have a way to write things? I know I have the
Yeah.
captain's journal, but I mean like a writing utensil.
Yeah, yeah. The bully gave you some charcoal and some like an ink pen. You need to get some ink for it, but in some parchment, so you could write if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the captain's journal really quickly and jot down, find an empty page or
Sure.
one
There's
that's been, like,
there's
super
plenty
fake.
of extra pages at the end. that you
Okay,
can
yeah.
use.
And I'm just gonna commandeer this journal for myself,
Okay.
and I'm
He
gonna
was
write
expecting
in
to
it.
write more.
Need socks. I'll put that.
Okay. So
Just one entry. Today's date. Need socks. Period.
Like the last page, very dramatically. I fear that my dear companion may be plotting against me. If I do not write again, know that this journal is my last will and ripped out. Need
Cross
socks.
it out. Like,
If anybody
Don't
should
need any of
know,
that.
my murderer is Rip.
need socks.
Wait, so Jethro, what are we doing now? We're here. What do we do
Yeah,
next?
I mean, I'm gonna take my cart. I'm gonna take it inside. Well, I gotta find some lodging first. But the next day, I'm gonna take my cart and I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna disassemble it and turn it into a stall so I can actually sell my wares
Sounds fine.
on the street.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay.
I really wish you wouldn't have written on it. It's gonna affect my branding a little bit. He looks directly at Bryce.
I can burn it.
You can what?
I can burn it off for you.
Don't do that.
That's okay. I can get some paint in town.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
I can
missed
do
what
that.
happened, unfortunately. I was adding the scimitar to my...
Scimitar.
Yeah. So, yeah, he looks at you and he goes, I mean, where are you staying tonight? I think, Sloan mentioned a place, right?
Yeah, the three sheets.
Yeah, it's
And talk to like a Mallory.
Yeah, I think that's
That's
right.
what I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, I weirdly have it written down on my hand.
That's so
yeah.
crazy.
wait, sorry. Yeah.
Crazy how you wrote it like that.
I went like this. Somebody else wrote it.
Yeah. Kaladar speaks up. I think I know that place. That's in the Broad Bank. So if you want to go there, that's fine. I would like to go to my home.
Honestly,
I'm not letting you.
yeah. Honestly,
I will stay there. I can give you directions on how to get there.
you probably should not be alone.
It's not
I mean,
And
you've
at
been
that
gone.
point.
You've
Don't
been.
have a choice. We're
You
tied
did.
together.
You did attack
Yeah,
us.
that does.
So maybe it wasn't like you, but I feel like maybe you should just come with us. Make this simple.
You know when
Make
you
it
hit your
easy
head
on
really
everyone.
hard? And you know,
Yes.
like you shouldn't sleep for a while. That's kind of how I feel like this is.
You know when you oversleep horribly and you wake up and the only thing you want to do is go back to sleep.
Oh my god. Yes.
We're not sleeping.
Hmm.
We're going to see Perinia.
When we think about
Can you
it.
please do it tomorrow?
Nope.
I will stay up. I just need to eat. I don't know when the last time I ate was.
Rand,
I'm still
We-
injured.
yeah, we really need to get some rest. If we meet with Brenia and something happens, I will not be able to do anything to help you. I am tapped out. I am done. I am like dead. Rhea has like major backs. Like I am like we can. Perennia will most 99% sure she's probably going to be there tomorrow.
I mean, it's in the name.
Okay, but we're not going to sleep, and you're not leaving.
That's fine. As long as we can go by my house tomorrow. I just want to check on my lab.
That's
Yes, of
fine.
course.
My life's work is there.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's important.
Can I say, I feel like it should be fine if he goes to sleep.
Nope, we're not sleeping.
But the reason I say is that when he fell unconscious, that is when the possession left him.
But what if when he went to sleep is when it started?
Well,
What if we tie him up really, really, really good?
That sounds uncomfortable.
and we can take watch. We can do watch.
Because
do
we need
watch.
sleep.
Yeah.
And
You need sleep as well. And we
I
can
can-
rotate.
You don't
can
got
watch me
spells.
sleep. It's not the weirdest thing that's happened to me.
What is?
Oh, literally though, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
fair,
All
yeah.
right, fine. Let's go.
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
so sorry to invade your privacy.
I mean, I
It's-
think I will admit, I think I did worse recently, apparently. So I
Mhm.
do have a little bit of not a lot of power here. So that's
All
fine.
right.
I can spend a night in an inn in my hometown. It's not weird to do.
Think of it as a
They
staycation.
usually
Staycation.
don't rent to locals. It's especially in festival season. But if you don't tell, I won't.
I've heard plenty of pirates tell weirder stories than this.
Let me pay for
Really?
your room at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is nothing. You're just
We'll
what,
talk.
sleeping
We'll
with some
talk
ropes?
on the
That's fine.
So, can we, before we get to the 3 sheets, can we drop the horses off at a stable?
Are they
Yeah.
like connected? Can they so they are
Are what connected
like stables?
to
The inn.
the inn?
No,
Oh.
so like to each other each.
The horses.
Is it
To
like
each side
a
of the city?
U-Haul?
Or are you talking like?
No, is
the
it like a
yoke for
U-Haul
the-
thing where it's like, oh hey, I have
Oh,
these
is it
horses
like a
from
is
this
there like
city?
a chain?
Yes.
Like yeah, you like a
Yes.
one way, you drop it off at the
Yes.
other U-Haul.
Yes.
I don't know. You could always talk to the stable master.
Yeah, let's go to the stable.
Okay.
Drop off these horses and or at least ask.
Okay. So yeah, you head in through the outer wall, and
Mhm.
inside the outer wall there is a series of stables in the interior here. It's kind of not a full space. This is still kind of like an entry space, and you see the lunar highway as it comes in. It splits, and you see one side go kind of southeast, one side go southwest, and you do find a stable master there. He does know the stable master in Denenberg.
Okay.
In the interest of time, and he is
Is he
able
the
to
only
accept
person?
your horses. And he says, I can work with the guy in Denenberg, and are you staying somewhere? If he owes you money, I can send it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. We're staying at the 3 sheets.
3 sheets. Who should I address it to? Name?
Rand.
Rand. Last name.
Lynn. Randolyn.
Like Rand A. Lynn.
How about you just do
Rand.
Rhea Emrys?
Rhea Emrys.
Rhea
Okay.
Emrys. I got you. It's okay.
Coming up.
That last name
Rhea.
seems
Do
kind
you
of
want your-
dramatic.
Do you want your name on?
Yeah, are you sure?
Is that IMMRAS?
Uh-huh.
Emrys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Do we still have the robes, by the way, on the board?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
They are folded
Before
up.
we hand off the horses, then I want to make sure we have those.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can keep them. Yeah.
The horses weren't wearing them.
I didn't know if they were draped over them or not. We never really established where those robes went.
Yeah, so you have the robes. One of you has them. I think Saoirse had them for a while. You can carry them, I suppose, if Saoirse is okay with that. So you drop off the horses, and you turn to the southeast path, and you head towards the broad bank. And we're gonna take a quick intermission, and then we'll pick up there.
All right.
Yay.
Be back in 15. It's really wonderful. Family friendly.
We didn't cuss.
Yeah,
I-
they're just juggling balls, right?
It
Oh, we're
is-
back?
Speaking of which,
Hi.
hey everybody,
Hello.
we're back.
Whoa.
And welcome back. We left off as the party was journeying towards the broad bank, I believe. Let me. Nice.
Yeah. Broadbank, we're going to 3 sheets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, let me get my notes up and let's get going. So, you, the 5 of you, your new companion / prisoner, and Jethro all make your way through the southeastern gate in this kind of walled-off region, this outer wall, and as you walk through, you see beyond this gate, the guards open the heavy wooden doors for you, and as they open them, you see the broad street stretch out in front of you. And even though it's by this point sun is set, it is dark. It is relatively well lit in the street. You see these small orbs of light that are just hovering maybe 2-3 feet off the ground on either side of the street, floating gently, bobbing kind of up and down. And in time with the bob, they transition color between all of the. I want this one. I don't want that one either. This is fine. They transition color between all of the 12 different colors of the Lustrous Brigade and the Radiant Mile that you saw. When they hit the black, they go dark for a second, and when they hit the white, they glow kind of a bright, eerie, spectral white, and they repeat over again. And even
I
if
look at my floating rock and say, why don't you do
it,
Change color. That would be really cool.
I'm gonna pull out the spell shard
Sorry, I
and be
didn't mean to make you feel bad.
like studying the spell shard, looking through it, trying to look at, see if I can see light through it.
yeah, so you
Just
kinda,
steady.
you're holding it around, and you see there's a very faint, like, translucence that goes through. It's not totally like opaque. There's a little bit of light that seeps through. So you kind of point it at one of the orbs, and you see just a faint, kind of replica light behind it. And you point it up, and more than just the brightness on the street, you also see that the moon right now is absolutely, just glowing almost.
Is it a full moon?
It is not a full moon. It's actually a waxing crescent right now. A fairly thin sliver, but it is very bright despite its size. Almost as so that you almost don't need any. It almost feels like it's daytime if it wasn't for the color lighting, so cold and so light. So you can still see fairly well as you enter the broad bank, and you notice as you enter that there are buildings and houses kind of stretching down this long, wide road, and on each side these buildings are covered. Some of them with ladders, some of them with like what's what I'm looking for. Stairs. Yes, but what looks like the beginnings of decorations. So like some streamers are starting to be put up. You see some banners. Despite it not being a banner bank, some banners are being hung, or were in the process of being hung. And then you see just some, like a lattice work of platforms and whatnot that are set up against some houses. Like they're doing a little bit of minor construction work, and you also see some like in the process of being set up stalls and little little stands for people to set up to sell their wares, whatnot, once the festival kind of fully goes underway. You're still a few days out from the Emperor's Parade as he enters Alavast, but you can see that people are already starting to prepare for the celebration of the Aurora Festival.
Why
So-
are there decorations everywhere? They look so nice.
Well, typically the entire city likes to chip in to decorate, to really celebrate the festivities. So, be that hanging banners, all the colors of the Aurora, painting the facades of houses, painting the Aurora. It's the whole reason for the festival coming. It's the whole reason the Emperor is finally making an appearance after so many years. Do you not know what the Aurora
Shut
is? You
in.
came here for the
Feywilds.
festival. That's fair. No.
I mean,
think
I've
I
heard
know
of it.
generally. Yeah, I've heard
People
of
have
it.
been
but
talking about it.
Yeah.
This is my first time here. I've never been in a place with this many people. This is a
Well,
lot.
There's
I've
not
never
many
seen
out
one
right
too.
now. Oh no. Well, you may want to keep an eye on her. She might get a little bit
Oh,
during
already.
the daytime.
Yes,
will thank
we are
you.
well aware of
You will
Just
think
hush about
you're welcome.
me.
But the Aurora happens once every 6 years, about a couple weeks into springtime. Like clockwork, every 6 years. Rises directly out of the Vastral Basin, reaches out, encompasses the sky above the city. We don't particularly know why, but it does it regularly.
Shines like what? Like light?
Light, colors,
Just coming up from the ground?
coming up from the ground, rising out, stretching over the entire city. It's quite beautiful. If you look up in the sky right now, do you see that? He points up to a section of the sky near the moon, and you see all of you looking up at this kind of galaxy, and then like a nebula near it. You see all the colors there. There's purples, there's blues. There's even some greens in there if you squint your eyes really, really close. That's what the Aurora looks like, but not so far away. Imagine that was 100 feet, 200 feet over your head. That's what the Aurora's like.
Sounds like magic to me.
Oh, I'm quite sure it is.
Sounds gorgeous.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
I cannot wait to see it.
Well, give it not just quite 2 weeks, and you will.
It's just colors?
I don't know if it's just colors. No one knows exactly what it is. Part of it is colors. Part of it is how it makes you feel when you watch it.
It's subjective.
It's intrinsic to the experience.
Do you know if people who wanted to come to this festival, would they all have already come here? Or are they still on the way?
Some people are here. I think mostly people come about a week out. You know, that's when the festivities really start. So we're a couple weeks away. So it'll still be some time before things become proper. But you can see people are setting up.
Good. We'll be gone by then. I don't like the crowd.
Oh, you're going to be gone. You're going to miss the whole thing.
Why are you leaving?
I typically like to avoid the city during popular times.
You'd think that would make you more money.
So that's your work to go
Yeah,
on.
we'll talk about it. As we after we get some sleep, maybe like over a nice brunch.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Oh, you can find many a good place around here for brunch.
I've heard about
Let's
brunch
go
being
into
a thing in
nighttime
cities.
even. This is going to be very dark on me, so we're going to need to bring those key lights probably back up.
No, that looks fine. No, it doesn't actually. It's
I'm spooky.
spooky.
Ooh.
I mean, I know that we haven't really talked about all of us staying together, but, you know, it would be sad.
Well, we can take things kind of like one day, one mission at a time.
How long have you been together?
Day.
2 days.
Well, it's the perfect time to start taking things a day at a time, I suppose.
Just okay. That's fair enough.
And how many people did you say were around us? Could I like look around really quickly?
Sure. Yeah, there's a roll perception check. But you're currently just kind of slowly walking down the center of the broad street, continuing down.
Is
There's
it
some
still
cross streets that
colorful
go
on
back
the street?
12.
up. No, it is just normal cobblestone right now.
Could I
12.
do a potential investigation check specifically to see if there are
No.
any signs of the Lustrous Brigade around?
Oh, of the Lustrous Brigade?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you straight up with just your perception. No, you don't see
Okay.
any. There's not a ton of people out right now. You see, a couple people going back and forth, but for the most part, like you look around you see that the windows in some of the homes and some of the businesses and some of the places nearby, most of them are dark. There's the occasional bar or tavern that you pass that has a light on, and you can hear a dull kind of din of conversation and laughter from it. But for the most part, it seems like people have gone in for the night.
So it's pretty late at this point.
Yeah, it's
No.
gotten to be maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, which for at this point there's not a whole lot of activity. But you do see a couple people, like you see maybe a human man walking by. You see a little goblin woman just kind of scurry past, and you kind of
Do you know
continue
them?
down. No, I don't.
Oh, did you know them?
Do I know who? No. That's no.
Oh.
I'm sorry. No,
Not everyone
there's a lot of people
knows
that-
each other.
Well, but they live in the same place.
It's a very big place.
There's lots of people.
Yeah, as you're walking down, you can see like there are side streets and there are more buildings down those side streets, and you pass kind of larger cross streets as well. And you look down one, and you can see what looks like, to the rest of you would recognize as kind of a market square, really, with kind of some more permanent, stalls and tents set up. That you can see on one cross street, but it's a pretty expansive area that you're in right now. Kaladar says, "No, I'm afraid I don't know
So were you a shut-in
most people
too?
here. I mean, that's a strong word. I am dedicated to my work. I am an honest scholar who, yes, I'm a bit of a shut-in. Yes,
Yeah, it sounds like you're in denial.
You're
No,
married
I'm
to your work.
I know, I knew
I'm not in
everything at
denial.
Portico.
It's alright.
Oh, my condolences.
Although I feel like I need to roll a perception check to see if Bryce even caught that.
Yeah, roll an inside check. Yeah,
Pretty
it's,
oblivious up until. Yeah, that's a nat 1.
Yeah,
Every time
yeah.
someone's sarcastic with Bryce,
Yeah.
it's a nat 1 on the inside.
This is before you have the abstract thinking yet.
No one's ever been sarcastic with him before, at least not that he's caught. Like,
yeah.
I'm sure plenty of
he thinks
people. have
everyone
sarcastic.
takes him very seriously, just like he takes everyone very seriously.
Yeah.
So,
So, yes,
I do miss
but-
them, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I do miss all of them.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure
Thank you
do.
for saying
Yes,
that.
Of course. Yes.
I like him.
So, if
Yeah.
memory serves, the 3 sheets is going to be this side street here, and then
Okay.
there's another cross street that will take you down close to the river, and it is.
You lead the way. Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired.
You're on the horse. You're leading us.
yes.
Let's go.
I'm surprised they didn't
Are-
stop you
We
at the
do
gate.
not
no
have the
horses.
We
horses
do not.
anymore.
No horses.
Yeah, there's no
Oh,
horse, but
we're-
I am tied to the.
You lead the way.
Yes.
I'm literally right behind you.
We do
It's fair.
appreciate the heads up on directions, though. The worst
Yeah.
thing ever is when you walk past the turn you were supposed to make.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
true.
worst thing ever.
So
I'm just wanting you to know that I'm not going to lead you down any dark alleys. I
I
am
don't think
going the
so.
right
He's-
way.
I mean, at least not on
trustworthy.
purpose.
Okay, here we go. Takes you down the right into, down a cross street and then down another one. And you can see from this point as you go a few more blocks, and you can see over in between some of these alleys now, you can see the Huon River beyond them. And it was fairly wide when you were walking alongside it on the Lunar Highway, but now, once you're in the city, it is quite wide. It is spread out a considerable amount. And in this darkness, even though it is fairly light out with the moon overhead, you can't see to the opposite bank of the river right now. But he kind of takes you through, and then he ducks down one more side street, and he says, "This way. I think it's just up ahead." And you turn down that street, and then you come in front of a building that is made of very dark wood on the exterior, and you see a sign hanging above it that says "The Three Sheets." And Bryce, you immediately recognize the symbol that it's written on, because it looks like a mast and 3 sails on the mast, and on each mast is written "The Three Sheets."
What is a sheet?
It's what they put on ships. It makes them move.
Oh.
Your friend is very, very wise. Yes.
The wisest of them all.
Yeah.
I thought they called those sails.
And we can trust this place because the boats are on the sign.
Okay.
I recognize those boats.
Been here before. They seemed fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
walk in with
Let's-
the guys.
let's
and
get
go-
some rooms.
On the side of the town. Yes, after you.
I go through that.
Okay. So you all enter, and you walk into relatively cozy space. It was the dark wood on the outside you see is now replaced by a lighter wood, it looks like an oak or something like that. There are still the dark wood as kind of accents, as like little support beams and cross beams on the ceiling. But speaking of the ceiling, you look up and you see what looks like a large old canvas sail that is strung from the ceiling, and it has been pinned in kind of rows along the ceiling, so it looks like this almost kind of pillowed pattern.
Good
Above
acoustics
you.
in here.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful sheet.
And then hanging from like where the parts where it's pinned are these nice looking ornate lanterns that cast kind of a calming glow in the space. And to your left, you see a bar area where you see an orc behind bar working the tavern, and you see sitting at bar just one patron right now. It's looks like a man wearing all leather armor, brown leather armor, brown boots. You see next to him are a pair of brown gloves sitting on the countertop, and he's got just a brown kind of faded, worn leather hat on his head.
Look, Bryce, those are gloves.
Oh, and there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know him?
Do I know him?
Or the
I
lady
suppose I
behind the
know
bar.
of him.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, take a look at the crossbow. And you see across his back is a huge, heavy crossbow. And then right at the center of the crossbow, you see on it an insignia. And at the center is an oval, and then coming out of it is one ray of light that is the color brown. It is the similar sign to what you have on your dagger. It is the sign of the Lustrous Brigade. But it is a different color than yours. And you see the orc and this man are just kind of casually talking back and forth. You see a couple other patrons on the right-hand side where there's some tables and some chairs just hanging out, drinking. And then at the center of the room, you see there's actually a spiral staircase that goes up into a circular hole in the roof, up to another floor above you.
I'm going to death grip. What's his? Don't tell me I wrote it down. What? No, I wrote it down. I didn't write it down. What's his name?
Kaldar.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna death grip his arm. What do you know about that man?
Jeez. I mean, that looks to be Hickory, I think his name is. Member of the Lustrous Brigade, the brown one. That's him.
The brown.
They each have a color. It's a bit of a...
And Bryce is like, I'm kind of like shaking, and I've probably dropped a few shades. Like I'm like pale.
Are you okay?
Are you?
That man knows what happened to my dad.
Oh.
What do I
Alright,
do?
how are we doing this?
We're just gonna we're not going to attack him,
But if he knows what happened to his dad,
but we are kind of like in the city and could potentially be swarmed by backup. So we have to be clever.
And also, I mean, the Lustrous Brigade seems with the Emperor.
Yeah.
The bartender notices that you come in. She waves at you and says,
Hello.
"Hi.
Hi.
You want to? What you interested in? Drink, room? What you need?
Room.
Both?
Yes.
Both. Both.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes. Is
Come
there
over.
a Mallory here?
Hello.
Oh, Sloan sent us. Sloan sent us. Do you know Sloan?
Yeah, I know Sloan. Yeah.
Is this a
Sloan
good
sent
thing?
you- Yeah, it's a fine thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not the worst thing.
It's not
I
the
mean,
worst.
if you know
That's-
Sloan, I mean, okay, it can't be all bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, come over. Come over.
Okay,
Come
yeah,
sit at the
yeah,
bar.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
get a drink.
I don't move. I'm
Come
firmly
be
planted.
polite.
Sorry, I think you're.
I just
I can't go near him.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know what
mind
to-
speak to you and say, you gotta be cool. We gotta play this safe. So just play along. Here, just follow me. And I'm gonna calmly walk over to the bar. Just stay behind me. Come on, let's go.
When Rand is like, let's be calm.
Right? Yeah, you know something's wrong.
Right, I'm gonna clutch onto your arm or
Uh-huh.
hand or whatever
Here you
you're
go.
offering me.
Come on.
And I
let's
am also staying as far behind you as
Yep,
possible
that's
to
fine.
try and stay out of his line of sight.
That sounds great. He doesn't know who you are. We don't know who he is, and we're gonna find out, buddy.
Yeah, so there's like a series of like stools along the bar, so you're getting as far away as possible.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm seated.
Okay. So
Still the way that I could be keeping an eye on him.
Okay.
I'm leaning back or forward throughout the entire time.
yeah, you see Mallory. She kind of pats the bar in front of Hickory. She's like, "All right, I'll be back in just a second. We can." And she's like, "Hey, so you're staying in town? Are you here for the festival? Want some rooms, food?
Just for a few days.
A few days. A few
Yeah.
days. You're gonna miss the festival if you're only here for a few days.
I would
Well-
like some milk.
Cool. Are you wanting to stay here? Rooms? What do we?
Yes.
We'll get you some milk in a second. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay.
Don't worry.
Do we want to do like
3 rooms, please.
a bunch of okay?
3 rooms.
If you've got them.
Sure. Yeah. we
And
have
5 glasses of milk.
5. Ooh, big spenders here. So.
Oh, it's on Sloane's tab. She said.
Yeah, no, it is. One thing, so drinks, food, we'll take your coin. I'll get you the Sloan discount. But if you're staying for lodging, just something to know, we kind of operate on an unconventional system here, a little bit of a barter system, right? I don't like accepting money for lodging. It's been kind of a tradition here for a long time.
Oh, I hate landlords.
Right, exactly.
They're leeches.
Exactly.
Menace
None
to
of that here.
society.
Mm-hmm.
All we ask is we ask for a little bit of help around the place as you spend your days here.
Sure.
So if I ask you something, it's not like you got to do it. It's like, hey, if you got time, can you go run out and do this thing?
Do you want
That's
me
all.
to go
Yeah,
kill
sounds
some food?
That's not at all it. Usually it's like, running out and grabbing something from, a warehouse, like picking up a shipment or, things like
Yeah.
that.
Can we get some sleep first before?
Oh,
we
and
help
no.
with any of
This is
those
like
things?
I said, like it's not like
Okay.
okay. We'll get to it.
Yeah, because I'm tired.
Yeah, sure. So 3 rooms and 5 milks.
If one of those was going to be for me,
Yeah, and if one of those milks was going to be for me, make it something really strong, like a strong liquor.
Okay. Yes, we can do that.
As cheap as possible, strong liquor.
We
is
can do
there
that.
a musician near?
Is there a
is there-
musician?
Is there
Oh,
live
are you
music
are you
playing?
just asking me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There's a guy kind of idly just strumming in the corner. It's very uninspired, but it's typical tavern fare.
I'm
There's-
familiar, of course. You have to sell out in this society, but
No artistry whatsoever to it.
it's frustrating, you know.
I mean, maybe you and him could do something together. Like you could you could be like a team, like beginnings of a band. Maybe inspire him a little bit, make him more lively.
You definitely play things that make people alive.
And also, sometimes you play things while people are dying.
There you go. And she sets down an ambiguous brown liquor in front of you. And she goes, "That'll get you where you need to go."
Could I ask her in Orcish if she speaks Orcish?
Yep. She answers back in common.
Is that man with the crossbow staying here as well?
Oh, Old Hickory? No.
Yeah.
He stops by every now and again, although it's been a while, but
Okay, so just popping through.
pops in. He used to come here all the time before, he got the big job, but,
Oh, what big job?
I mean, he's Hickory. He's,
Yeah, I mean, I know, but what if I didn't hear?
I mean, well, here you go. He's Hickory. He's on the Lustrous Brigade. I mean, he didn't used to be, but, everybody starts somewhere.
How many do you know were all of them on the big job?
How do you mean? Like all of the members of the Lustrous
Yeah,
Brigade?
I know all the fun colors.
Yeah, what I mean is like he wasn't always on the Lustrous Brigade. He used to come here all the time before he joined. He doesn't usually stop by as much now, so it's kind of a rare occurrence.
When did he join?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him that. I think it must have been like a decade ago, something like that. Maybe 15 years. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way. And she slides a glass to you, and then she's like, "I got 3 more milks. Who wants them?" Okay, one for you.
Need a milk.
And you said no to the milk, right?
What color is on the dagger? Isn't it the like lavender, purpley, like?
It is a light blue.
I want to ask her still in Orcish. What do you know about? Isn't there like one that's light blue or something like that? It's like my favorite color.
Yeah, she answers back in Orcish. Yeah, there's 12 of them.
Do you know who?
Light blue. I mean, you've got Hickory over here. You've got Aqua, the light blue one. You've got
Aqua, the light blue one. Yeah.
You've got what is it? Onyx is the black one. You've got Pearl, that's the white one. You don't see them as much. They kind of keep low, you know what I mean? They're mysterious. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's a marketing thing. You've got geez, I don't remember the names off the top of my head. Why are we speaking in Orcish? This is much better. Okay, sorry. Yeah, anyway, you get the picture.
Wait, you just drop out of Orcish on me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I appreciate you. I appreciate the effort, kid.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
You.
Just don't. It's fine.
Okay.
Just don't. If you think about it too much.
I try not to think about a lot of things too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Just go along with it.
Okay. Hey, Hickory. These guys have never met anybody from the Lustrous Brigade before. And you see Hickory turn his head, and you see a kind of middle-aged man with dark brown hair, little streaks of gray kind of at the sides, and a short-cut brown beard.
I'm gonna immediately throw over the hood of my cloak over my head.
head.
Because I look like
Yeah, he looks and he's like, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
My
Cheers.
name's Hickory. Hope you're having a good time. Cheers. Enjoy the city. Don't drink too much, but if you do, always stay here. Right, Mallory? Is that what I'm supposed to say? Yeah.
You get paid to say that.
No, ma'am. No, I don't get paid much of anything. I get paid in the honor of the role.
Oh.
That's what I get paid in.
What do you do in your role?
This and that.
Don't we all?
I do a little bit of scouting, a little bit of reconnaissance, a little bit
How
of
far do you
monster
usually
hunting.
go out?
All over Cressa.
All over.
Yeah, I'm about to shove off to Iramar, escort the Emperor down. I had to throw off that liaison that keeps his eye on me. You can never get a moment's peace with that thing watching me. But just tried to pop in, grab a drink before I got to head off. Yeah, it's nice to meet new faces.
I don't care about this. I'm gonna go over to talk to the music. I'm saying this to you, the DM.
Okay, I was like,
I'm not-
well, all right.
Sorry, I just get stuck in that voice. I don't care about this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to
Sure.
look at the musician and judge his playing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Yeah, we can
get back to
some
that.
point, yeah.
Has anyone, where like all the rest of y'all go? I always love hearing about all the or the Lustrous Brigade stuff.
You
Y'all
always
do.
talk to people with your shirt over your head.
Yeah,
He gets cold easy.
That's fine.
When I meet people I really look up to, my ears get really red. So gotta
He's
cover
a
up.
shy
kid.
one.
Shouldn't look up to me.
Why
But I
not?
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't think you should look up to anyone but yourself. That's the way I see it.
How do you look up to yourself?
Well, you know who I really look
It's a
up
metaphor.
to is Aqua. Do you know anything about Aqua?
I mean, I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen hide nor hair of Aqua in years. It's a bit of a mess internally, if you ask me. But
What happened?
what happened? Well, it's a good question. Don't really know. They say there's two ways out of the Lustrous Brigade, and both of them are really just two sides of the same coin, right? You die in the service, or you try to quit the service, and you die. So, old Aqua, well, I mean, he flipped the coin, and right now, I think it's in the air still. Either that or it's landed on its side,
Can I
on
roll
the edge.
an insight check on the light of him having not seen Aqua in years?
Sure.
14.
14.
Let me just make sure of that. Yes, 14 total.
14 total. A little bit hard to read. He doesn't seem, as much as he is kind of a, he doesn't seem like a straight shooting kind of guy necessarily, but he doesn't seem like he's outright lying to you. It's hard to get a read on him. Yeah, that's all you can really tell. But yeah, I mean, he disappeared. I don't think the Emperor took too kindly to that, but last I heard, they hadn't found the guy.
So it's been years?
Yeah, years. Don't know why he left, but he cleaned the house up and ran off. Don't know where to, don't know what he's doing, but...
When you said clean house, does that mean he was living somewhere?
I mean, he had a residence out in the, in the gardens by the Eyrie. We all do. We all got our houses out there. Some of us choose to use them. Some of us don't. It's kind of up to us. But
wow, y'all are so cool how you have your own houses over there. That's wow. Thank you for telling me that.
Sure, kid, sure.
There's gardens next to the area?
Sure, yeah. Loads of them. I mean, it's, you can get out into the filigree. Maybe this time it might be hard, but once the festival's underway, I think they give tours. But yeah, beautiful gardens. I highly recommend it. Sure.
Okay.
Any other questions?
You've been here a while. Would you give us a tour?
Would I give you a tour? No, I got it. Like I said, I got to run up to Irmar. I can dodge the liaisons for a while, but I can't dodge the Emperor. I got to do my duty. So, but you said you're only staying for a few days. You're not planning on staying for the whole festival. You're gonna miss the Aurora.
We're taking it day by day, trying to figure things out.
That's fair. I can deal with that. Yeah. I can understand that. Well, I'd buy you a round, but it sounds like Sloan may have already done that. So, cheers.
Cheers.
I mean,
Cheers.
Goes back to drinking a little bit.
I'm gonna start viciously chugging my milk because it took all of Bryce's willpower to get through that conversation.
So you're over by the guy playing the lute in the corner.
I would like to analyze his skill.
Roll a perception check.
Sure. D&D Beyond. It's updating sources. Oh my god. Gameplay. Here I am. Sorry, when my phone died,
No worries.
everything disappeared. Oh
While you look
god,
at that,
everything.
is anybody else doing anything else?
Yeah, I think Ria's just gonna throw back whatever liquor is there, and
Okay.
just be like, I imagine the drink is on whatever tab we have.
Yeah. So Mallory comes up to you and she's like, so first round, whenever Sloan gets down here, I think she typically shows up for these things. It'll be on her. Next round, it'll make you pay, but
Fair enough.
okay. You want another?
No.
Okay.
I want to get some sleep.
All right. So.
What's he doing?
He took one of the milks that was extra, and he's just kind of sitting there like, with the rope still around his arms, like. Some beautiful interior.
I rolled a 16, by the way.
Okay. 16. Yeah, he's butchering it pretty bad. He's he's kind of on the melody a little bit, and then one of his strings is out of tune, and so like he'll play a chord that doesn't use that string, it'll sound nice, and then he'll hit the follow up, and it'll just like completely ruin the progression.
How old is he?
He's pretty young.
Okay.
You can't peg an age on it, but he's like probably upper teens, lower 20s. Yeah, he's trying. He's earnestly trying, but he's not doing great.
I'll suffer through whatever song he's playing.
Okay.
When it comes to like a natural end, I'll be like, so if you want some pointers on that, sorry, it's a bit rude, I suppose, to interject, but I mean, well, that one string is a bit out of tune. If you want to.
Oh yeah. I was gonna fix that. Yeah, I heard it too.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Saoirse, nice to meet you.
Yep.
Thinking of a name. I'm Devin.
Devin.
It's the best I could do.
Okay, that's fine. How long have you been playing?
My whole life, really. I mean, I'm self-taught, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't afford classes at the Roost. I mean,
who wants
what was it?
formality in art?
Well, I mean, but
who wants rigid structures foisted upon you?
Yeah, you're
but
right.
you
You're right.
should tune your instrument.
Okay, I mean, it's just like I try to, but like, it just takes so long and.
What?
Oh my god! Yeah, you should do it.
I mean,
sorry.
Like,
Continue.
It's a hand me down. I try to. It just takes a while to tune it. I just want to get into it. I just want to get into the creative process. When I get up there, I want to. Do you have like a tuning fork or something that I can borrow?
Oh, yeah. Let me help you out with that. And I start helping him like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a tuning fork.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. No.
Yeah,
I'm not
I was gonna say you can
that.
check your inventory, but
I don't.
Okay. You just do it by ear. You
Yeah,
got perfect pitch. So,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It should be a little bit better now.
Thanks. I usually do pretty good. It must have just been like an off day or something. It's just, yeah. So I mean, you're a musician, huh?
Oh, bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you
not
learn
really.
those?
Feywilds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. So you're not You're not
From
like
around
you're not like
here.
from around here. You're like not from around here.
No, I'm not
Wow.
from this plane.
Yeah,
of
sure. Wow.
existence. So,
You here for like school or something?
I'm learning many things.
So, like you go into the like gonna try to apply to the roost, like get some classes with the warblers, or
I mean, it would be nice. Trying
I mean,
to drum up a
as
bit
much,
of a
structure
band.
is
Yeah, I mean, there's something to it, you learning rules and then breaking them.
Right. I mean, yeah, like you don't know what rules to break. You know what the rules are in the first place,
Yeah,
right? Like it's
yeah.
like there's like known knowns,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's
now
like
we're getting
you don't know
into
what you don't know. You know.
so
The unknown. Sarah Camp.
Inside of my nostrils. Oh my god.
Yeah, back to the bar.
Yeah, sure.
You see, unless was there anything else?
Well, I was gonna ask like how one applies for, or
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
yeah.
asking what that is.
Oh, you don't. Well, I guess if you're from the
Literally
Feywild,
not
like
from
why would you know? I guess. Yeah. I mean, like the warblers are like they run the roosts, right? Those are the best conservatories, concert halls, like in the country. I mean,
Are
you've
there
got to go.
many bagpipers?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's probably some, but I can't really afford the classes. I mean, I go to performance when I can save up for one, but like, the Gossamer Roost, like I can't afford that. Oh, Roosts, those are like the conservatories.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't. They're so expensive.
I mean, sneak in, yeah.
I know, and they're kind of snooty. I mean, it's like they don't even let you audit classes. It's crazy.
Pretentious.
Yeah. I don't know. One day, it's like, and he kind of kicks a tip jar on the ground a little bit closer, nudges it forward with his foot, and he's like, "One day, maybe I can save up."
How about instead of that, I'll teach you a trick there with your fingering, and what you gonna say something, huh? You gonna say something?
Nope.
I'll teach you a trick with your finger in there.
Okay.
All right.
There's no need to fret. Just show it to me.
I hate this place.
I wanna go. Stop it! God, I hate it. So yeah, I'm not giving this fool any money.
Okay.
But I will teach him some, I guess, trickier chords where they're like buzzing on one string or something like that. I'm like, if you hold your finger just a little bit higher, like you got it. Yes.
Like that?
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that feels normal and easy to do.
Well, so like yes. Okay.
Like that, like
sure.
out like that, and then okay. Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but I'll practice.
You have to strengthen the fingers.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll get used to it.
I've got weak tendons. I think that's
yes.
what it is. Yeah.
Yes, very weak.
Okay. Yeah.
Dang, he's coming for this, man.
Yeah.
Poor kid.
Yeah, and you just hear
Gentle
now
in school.
the worst sound you've ever heard as he tries to do this.
Can I at least roll to teach him?
Yeah,
like,
you
can
could
I
roll.
do
Yeah,
that? Like,
roll,
I don't want to just be like, I don't know how to play a lute.
Yeah, I guess for like instruction, you could roll like a persuasion or a performance check if you want to.
Let's do, because I have a +7 to that.
This seems like a good one to roll then.
12 + 7, so 19.
Okay, yeah. So you're just kind of like, no, put the elbow in a little bit more, and then you kind of show him like the proper way to actually hit the chord, and after a few like atonal screeches, it starts to like actually sound like what you're trying to teach him. It's like, oh wow, that was thanks. I thought you played the bagpipes. I didn't.
Well, bagpipes are my favorites, but bread and butter is lute playing.
Oh, that's fair.
If you want to make any money, a tavern's not going to let you play bagpipes.
Well, none that I've seen, at least. I think it'd be a little bit oppressive.
They're loud.
Yeah.
I would
You could
I
way
mean,
to clear
don't
out a
get me
place,
wrong.
though.
See, that's a thing that has come in handy.
Oh,
As
okay.
a last call, as it were. But it would be nice to have like a real rowdy place that just has the bagpipes and other really loud things as like their bread and butter, just kind of moving and dancing and just like headbanging, you know?
Yeah.
Just a great
Yeah.
space with great big noise that you feel in your bones.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love
right?
that. It sounds scary.
I know.
Oh,
It's powerful.
yeah.
That's
You-
what I'd like.
Yeah.
But I know
mean,
the loot.
You're good. You should go check out the roost. I mean, you're like, I didn't know how to do that. Like, I've been playing all my life. I didn't know how to do that. You should check them out. You're pretty talented.
Oh. I will.
Hey, not just the tip jar a little bit further.
I put like, what do I have? 5 copper. Fine. Poor kid.
Yeah, especially since you're only giving him 5 copper.
I do that.
The
I
5
put,
copper, yeah.
Like 5 copper in there.
Well, I guess knowledge really is the most valuable tip.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Now you can make more money sounding better. She's tired, okay? There's been nobody's listening to her, okay? And now she's got this guy who's like, oh, wow, thanks for making me sound better. Like, yeah. Anyway.
So he starts strumming away again, and then we're gonna come back to the bar.
Less of a grate on my ears.
Did Jethro take the 5th milk, or?
Oh yeah, Jethro probably.
Oh, yeah,
take
Jethro?
it. Yeah, Jethro's with you as well. So he also is arranged for his own room separate from you all.
Is Jethro next week? I want to scooch over to Jethro.
Okay.
I'm gonna initiate contact here because I wanted to, as a final thing. I don't know if we're about to part ways with them soon. Do I still have that? Go meet Michael at Sochap. Nope. Okay. Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
Could I slide that? Could I show that to him? And I want to be like,
To Jethro.
yeah, to Jethro. Be like, hey, does this mean anything to you? Kind of forgot it was in my bag for a while, and
I mean,
is it the brass circlet place?
Sochap. I think that's a place in town. I don't know too much about them. I've just, whenever I've been here, I passed. They've got a big building over near the market district here in the Broad Bank.
It's called Sochap.
It stands for something. It's like Society of something historical artifact preservation. Commerce and historical artifact preservation, something like that. It's way too long. That's probably why they call it Sochap.
I don't even know what half those words mean, if I'm being honest.
I think they trade in like artifacts and stuff, like buy and sell like rare old stuff.
Would your barrels count?
No, not that. I mean, no, those are dry
They
aged,
seem rather
but like
valuable.
not for I'm talking like hundreds of years, maybe like thousands. Like, I mean, there's a lot of history in the ruins around outside of Alavast that are, I think, not well explored. So people pay good money, from what I understand, if you find stuff.
Where are these ruins?
They're just all over. I mean, different places. Some are deep in the woods. Others, Denneberg has a few places nearby that I know of. I don't go in them. They're scary.
You said Sochap is like nearby here?
Not like nearby. I think they're like, over by the markets and everything. We pass those close to the entrance. I think they're over kind of in that space.
Okay.
So
I want to turn excitedly to who would be to my left? I don't know. I guess maybe
Probably me.
Yeah, probably you. That's really something like finally figured out what this piece of paper means.
I'm so proud of you.
Good job.
I'm fitting so many pieces of puzzles together. Wow, coming to Alavast was the move.
Yeah.
Is Hickory still there?
yeah, he's still silently just kind of sipping away.
Okay.
Are you gonna do
anything with that?
Okay.
I was just wondering.
Okay. Yeah, he's resumed his conversation with with Mallory.
Okay.
They're just kind of having a quiet conversation together. So Mallory kind of pauses again, holds up a finger, she's like, I almost forgot, I'm so sorry. And she reaches behind the counter and she throws open the doors to a cabinet kind of near the bar, and you see on the inside there's a bunch of hooks with a bunch of keys dangling from it. She kind of like, all right, pulls them up, and she kind of is like, who's going where?
How much is that, by the way, for 3?
No money. It's
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
Who wants to be share a room?
He's with me.
He's with you.
All right.
Bryce, baby doll, you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so one for you and your son.
Sure. Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
All right, I'm not.
I'm just gonna throw back.
I mean, I'm a
the
little
rest
bit,
of the
but like
liquor.
Bryce is even a little like.
And then
Tradj, yeah.
Yeah, no bagpiping, please, in the room.
Don't ever talk to each other.
I think those are the first words that you've exchanged.
No bag.
I'm ascending.
Well, here you go.
Thank you.
There you are. Okay. Anything else you need before you go? Some midnight snack to take up with you? Anything like that?
Do you have like a brown like root beverage, or not a root? It's a bean. I forget what
Asking
it's
for
called.
coffee?
Yeah.
Not this time of night.
Why not?
You're not gonna be able to sleep.
That's the point.
You just got in from. I can hold on. I can get you some ready.
Thank you.
It'll be You know what? Again, on the house, whatever. It's fine. All right. I'll get that started right away. And you all have your keys. Are you gonna proceed up the stairs to your rooms?
Yeah, and that's I guess
Honestly,
that's where
me and him are sitting at the bar, and I'm gonna make him drink coffee.
Okay.
before I get to go up, we'll just be like, Ren, we can take watches and keep an eye on him if you want to get some sleep.
That's okay. Drinks coffee.
Okay. Well,
Well,
you are, I guess, technically an adult. Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
All right.
good night.
So the four of you head upstairs, and as you're heading upstairs, you hear the door kind of creak open, and you just hear, you don't hear, but you hear under his breath, Hickory just goes like, all right, well, it's my time to go too. And he kind of scoots back, and then just the door isn't, nobody's walked in through the door, it's just cracked a little bit. Are you looking towards it? Yeah. So you can see just in between the door is it's only about 4 feet tall, but it's looks almost like porcelain, just stark white. It has a face, but it's unmoving. Eyes are kind of just empty, staring ahead. Just a humanoid shape, 2 arms by the side, wearing a plain cloak, and it's just cracked open the door and it's just staring directly at Hickory. And Hickory goes like, all right, well, my cover's blown. Liaison's here. Thank you, Mallory. Appreciate our time. I'll see you after the parade, I guess, sometime eventually. Bye-bye. And he scurries off, and you see being the liaison in the doorway, turn and guide Hickory out. The door shuts behind.
I'm gonna go wake somebody up.
Are we asleep or literally just like
You're
turned and
on your
walked?
way up the
Okay.
stairs.
So you can see us?
Yeah, you can still see
Oh.
No.
them. Saoirse just keeps going on up.
I'm gonna keep going as well.
Okay.
Bryce? No,
What?
it's your
What?
bedtime.
No, it's past your bedtime.
I don't know what's going on here. We didn't see anything.
Yeah, you did not see that. You four, I'll say, did not see
Yeah.
the liaison.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna untie him. Hand the rope to Tradj.
I'm already up the stairs.
No.
Oh.
I did respond to your thought messages. What?
Oh. There was a. Yeah. Never mind. Go to bed.
Are you sure? You usually don't talk in my head like this, even though I hate it. Unless, like, I don't know. Usually something's going on when you do.
Hey, did you know that thing?
Yeah, Galadar kind of he says, yeah, he takes a cup of coffee, and starts sipping from it. He's like, yes, that was a liaison. Kind of creepy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it doing? What is it?
Well, I mean, each member of the brigade has a liaison. Don't really know particularly what they do. They've got their own towers. I think they kind of keep watch over the city. I don't really know, but they always, whenever a brigade member goes out on a job, they always accompany them.
So it's like a servant?
Of sorts, I guess.
What kind of a creature is it?
Don't know. Seems to serve at the will of the emperor, but not much else I know about them.
You don't know what race they are?
I don't think they're a race. I've never seen them breathe. I don't know if they talk, but I haven't heard them say anything. Doesn't mean they don't, but I just haven't heard it. You don't see them too often. They don't come out unless they're with a brigade member often. So I wouldn't think too much about it. You think too much about these things and, well, I was going to say it gives you bad dreams, but cheers. Drink some more coffee.
But they're in the area.
The liaisons. They don't stay in the area. There are towers. You'll see them tomorrow, probably. There's towers scattered through the city. It's usually where they reside.
Okay.
Am I still? Are we still
No.
linked in this
No.
moment? Okay, I just wanted to.
Just vocal conversation.
Because I'm probably just literally standing on the stairs waiting since you just stopped talking to me to turn to talk to him. So I'm just.
You can go to bed, Bryce.
Please go
Okay.
to bed.
Oh, okay.
We're going
Brandon's
to
just
bed
gonna
now.
drink a long thing of coffee and be like, they would get mad at me if I left.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
All right.
I think we have enough on our plates.
How supportive he is.
He's literally tied to
Yeah. Anywhere
It's probably a good idea we don't follow.
Okay.
All right. Well, are we just going to hang out down here tonight?
Well, I'm not going to sleep.
All right.
Are you going to sleep?
No, I suppose not. Well, I guess we'll pick up here next week.
I was about to be like, this is gonna be such a bonding moment.
And one more thing. As you all kind of sit down to go to bed, some of you don't. One of you doesn't, but as the rest of you lay down to go to sleep, and you feel rest start to seep into your bones, and you feel a little bit more powerful because you've leveled up to level 4 now. Yes, Rand also levels up. You feel the power of coffee seep into your bones.
Yes.
You guys want to roll hit points real quick before we leave?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
let's do it.
What do we roll?
Ooh, D8.
Yes. So
For
you,
me.
you roll your hit die.
Wait, is it not D8 for everybody?
No.
Different
What-
people
how
have
do
different hit
you-
die. So if you
Manage
actually level up
characters
in
and
the app, it'll allow you to either choose the default HP increase or you can roll and manually input. It'll tell you how many dice to roll. And you add your constitution modifier to that total.
Okay.
Ah, I see now. I see. Okay.
Ability score.
Level 4, you made it without dying.
Finally! Oh my
So
gosh.
you level up in
Alright.
Level 4.
You level up.
Level 4.
Well, we need
I don't
to
think we
level-
can bang on the table with the new mics too much.
Oh.
Ooh, ability score improvements.
Yee. Or potentially
Feet.
a feat.
Oh.
Send it over.
Here I come.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we're gonna roll life points.
Yeah.
Explain one more time.
So there should be, if you go
Oh, wait,
to.
no, it's the little cog right there.
D6.
Mhm.
I see
And
4
manage
D8.
character level.
Or wait, I'm confused.
Well, you're a swashbuckler, so I don't know if it changes, but
And then
I
get
think
to
it
level 3.
automatically did it for mine.
Yeah, I
Four.
think for
well,
Now
it gives
scroll
it should give you an
down.
option to optionally
Keep going.
increase it. If
Yeah,
you
you see that.
chose the default,
Yeah,
go
so
back.
to score, no,
and
go to
let's-
score improvement.
We
How's
can
that
roll
look?
for it.
I have 23
And
hit
then
points
don't
now.
forget to do your
Nice.
I know.
Yeah, so how
I'm
do
not
I
so
figure out which
squishy
die
anymore.
to roll?
There are so many feats
can
to
go
choose from.
I know.
Oh, crap. I have to like really dive
It
into
does.
this.
Oh,
It
D10.
already did,
Yeah,
I
so
don't-
So it is-
like there's a place where I could
Yeah,
override.
have
dice.
you rolled your dice in the
Yeah,
past?
that,
looks like
well,
the
that's
first
overriding,
Not for
but you
health.
want to actually
Not
like.
for health?
Did you
So
go
I think
back
I'm
and just
making
roll a
many.
1d6?
Or
Okay,
did that
then
automatically
it's okay.
last
Yeah,
time?
then that's where it was.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Alright, so yeah, go to.
Oh,
Okay,
so
so you've
it
got
does
plus-
that amount every
You
time.
got your druid level. and then you've got-
It'll do like an average.
Yay.
If that's what
I
you
leveled
like,
up a druid.
So go back to
have,
level 1 on your druid.
set up with the DM.
So
Yeah,
So go back to level.
that's like a you and
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I have
confirm
so
it,
many
and then
HP
redo.
modifiers going on right now. I'm still so confused about how much
Yeah.
HP I have.
Mhm.
Or
oh
is
yeah,
it-
they go away. They're gone.
they're
Yeah, they're gone.
the temp HP
The
and
temp
max
HP.
HP.
Yes.
Okay, great. That makes it a lot
Um,
easier.
Change. It should look-
I'm gonna roll my
Like you just
D8
did.
minus 1.
Oh no.
Are we still
I don't
on?
know what.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We're rolling for everyone to sing.
2 minus 1.
Yeah! Okay.
So,
Well, we can figure it out, but if you
I can
have,
override.
It just does it
I can
automatically.
override
in
it,
the
I
app.
guess.
I'm not doing anything special.
Oh, when you level up, it
Or I don't
automatically.
think it did.
You can do it that way.
Yeah, that's how
it
I'm
gives
doing
you an
it.
average then.
yeah, I thought you get the
Yeah,
option to
that's the way
like
that you
choose
have
the
it,
average or
then.
override it.
I think that's what I have.
So free.
Nice. I am excited to go up
Are you
1
going up druid or are
HP.
you going up sorcerer?
Druid.
Druid. So I think
Voice.
yours is a D8. Let me double check.
Wait a
Ooh.
minute.
I did something wrong. Now I'm dead.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now I'm dead.
Just
Oh,
like
I
your
think it's
father.
like an early character option when you set that up in D&D Beyond, where it like gives you the option to check.
Aw.
Yes,
I wanna
D8
roll.
plus your Constitution modifier.
Yeah, so you can roll your D8 now.
7.
Hmm.
Alright.
Nice.
Plus
whatever your-
Constitution?
Yeah, whatever your Constitution modifier is.
Okay.
So,
But I will look.
let's go. I think if you go home, there's an option to do hit point type. So you want to change it from fixed
Oh,
to
to a manual.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So
Okay. So next.
Oh, I see.
Da-da-da.
yeah, so for people who it's automatically, you can go
Oh,
back to the very
I'm
first
sorry, it's a
character creation
D8.
page.
My
Choose
dad.
And then manage.
your
Yeah, I have
hit
no idea.
die for your hit point level up.
7 plus 1.
So
8.
now if you do your level up, it should
Awesome.
give you the option to
Even
increase
better.
your hit points.
Yeah.
So you'll need to do the level up. It's not through manage HP.
Oh, okay. So
I think it's because you chose. Is it because you chose swashbuckler?
I am a swashbuckler.
Yeah.
I don't know what that.
I don't know if that affects your hit die though.
I'm gaining 8 health though.
So let me
Yeah, if you go down to
Actually
1
showed-
and then you go back up, it should give you the option.
confirm and then do that.
Oh no, rogues. All rogues are D8.
I guess
just
I
got it
managed.
Oh.
I feel like maybe I just override it.
This is
What's going on,
extremely
Paul? You
interesting
get over
streaming.
here and you help me right now.
We're having issues, but we've rolled everything, right? Is everybody?
Yes.
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 All
we
the
can figure
things
out
have
the
been-
+3 for
tech issues. maybe
So-
helps.
I should go 10.
Yeah.
Up.
All right, so sorry,
So I'm here.
am I blocking the camera?
Oh, let me. I can see.